Well, I haven't really done a video since we tore out the wall of our shop, and so the shop's kind of full here today, but I want to walk you through the shop now that it's pretty much finished, I guess you could say. So over here we've got our bolt bins. We've got all different types and sizes. The bolt bins have been a huge help for us to keep things organized. Whenever we need something, we just come over here and we grab it. You can see when you're running low so that you can reorder. We've got them labeled pretty clean. So that's been huge. Kurt built these stands for this to sit on. It raises them up in the air, and then also it creates a little bit of storage down there. So the bolt bins have been awesome here in the shop. This rack has got a bunch of different kits on it. So O-ring kits, electrical kits, Deutz connectors, our roll pin kits, fuses. That's where we keep all that type of stuff. This rolling bench is pretty much where all the computer entries go. The shop guys keep work orders on the computers so that we can keep track of them, and it helps to bill out parts and all that. Another new addition that we did here in this shop, you can see it up there in the corner. We had to put a heater in since we made the shop bigger. We used to have a stove here, and it had a pipe that would run up, and you can just still see it sticking out. And the pipe would heat this area. Well, now that we've doubled it, we needed a bigger heater, of course. So that's it right up there. Works well. This is our miscellaneous chemicals, I guess you could call it. Everything from spray paint to Windex, some oil, some coolant. This is our bin for all that stuff. It keeps it fairly organized. Over here we're getting into the hydraulics section. So we have a hydraulic machine here, and that thing comes in handy. Of course, we've got our rolls of different sizes of hose there to make any hydraulics. And of course, that comes with a pile of fittings. So there's our pile of fittings to put together any and all hydraulic hoses for everyone. Over here, we're getting into our tool benches, which we did extend that too. But you can see we are Milwaukee here at Fennig Equipment. We have a lot of Milwaukee tools because they are awesome and they come in handy. So over here, this is a new workbench, or I guess tool storage bench that we got. We've got it all labeled real nice. So we've got everything from air tools to drill bits and hammers and everything in between. These drawers can never be big enough. Up there we've got, of course, you can see the wrenches hanging on the wall. And here's our battery storage station. Every time you get a Milwaukee tool, they give you chargers. We've got 1 million chargers, so we figured this was the best use of that. And sometimes when things don't work out too well, you need a drill press, or a press, I should say, to fix things. Let's just say that. So we've always had that. So right here, we're starting. This wall used to go all the way over to that wall, and this is what we tore out. This was a divided area. This over here to my left was basically a cold storage area. We always had the welder and bandsaw over here, but whenever we got into 30 or 40 and 60 foot tools, we could never really unfold them over here in this section. So it allows us to bring larger equipment in here and work on multiple jobs at one time. We did rearrange the welding area quite a bit. Now the downside of taking out the wall, as most of you know now, which we learned the hard way, is we lost a lot of wall storage space. So we had to figure out where to put a bunch of stuff, which is why you see things hanging up on the wall. But we ran new air line everywhere. You know, it used to be PVC. We put in PEX to do it right this time. Looks really nice and works well. So this is a kind of our welding area. Here is our bandsaw region. We can roll things on and off there. And this is our main welding bench. We've got storage down at the bottom, And then we've got a flat tabletop up here to weld on and build. So here's some things that have been built, and here's some steel that we just got in that costs a lot more today than what it used to. This is our steel storage rack. We really did have a hard time figuring out where to put that. Because it used to sit up against that wall. And so we put it back here, and turns out it works pretty good there. So these racks, we already had some to begin with, but we put more in for even more storage because, again, we lost a bunch of wall space. So this is our DEF storage tank. We got DEF in there, and it's gravity fill down to the trucks. So we just back the trucks up in here and fill them up that way with DEF. That's an awesome solution. If you have DEF on your farm, store it up there like that and just get you a hose with a little banjo fitting on the end of it, and that works pretty well. There's our pressure washer, of course, strapped to a skid because the tires on those things are worthless and that thing's too heavy to push around anyway, so put it on a skid. So yeah, that's basically our shop makeover that we did. It stretched us out quite a bit, made everything quite a bit bigger. What do you want to do? This is just a shop overview video to show you guys kind of how the shop turned out and how it's looking now. So that's what we're doing today. Thanks for tuning in.